pleased to have this opportunity to come to Mongolia to do a presentation and to share our experiences in assessment with you. But before I start the presentation, I would like to share with you two exciting news for us. The first news that I would like to share with you is, as you can see the name here, the Hong Kong Institute of Education. For those who don't know Hong Kong too much, there are 8 universities in Hong Kong, or should I say 8 tertiary institutions in Hong Kong. We are one of the 8. Unfortunately, we are the only one without the name university. So, now that we are aware of this, we know that unless you are MIT, you better call yourself a university. So, we are in the process of applying to the Hong Kong government to change the name. We will have a new name, the Education University of Hong Kong. We will. And when? That will be within weeks. Very, very shortly, we will be called the Education University of Hong Kong. I'm so glad that you clap because you understand me. The second exciting news that I would like to share with you is, according to the QS International Ranking of Universities in the area of education, we are number 2 in Asia and number 12 in the world. So we are ranked very high in education. But we do not do just education. We also do social sciences, humanities, language education, or anything except technology, anything except medicine, we do everything. So, I have been sharing with you those exciting news, and I would like to start my presentation now. Do you understand me? Yes. Should I just talk very slowly in English? And in Chinese? Assessment, of course, I think the presentations today will mainly concentrate on educational assessment. But assessment has been applied in many different areas. As you can see on the slide, it can be applied to health, education, economics, and the workplace. In fact, I do not have an education background. My background is in epidemiology. Epidemiology, you know? Diseases, sick. Right. Medicine. And before I went back to Hong Kong, I spent 30 years in Australia and in the United States. And just before going back to Hong Kong, I was an associate dean in research in the Faculty of Medicine in Australia. Right. So I don't know anything about education.
За их сургуулийн боловсролын талаар ярихдаа бид нар үйлчлэгийн асуудлыг ярих хэрэгтэй. За энэ болохоор эрүүл мэнд, боловсрол, экономик, эдийн засаг, ажлын байран дээр бид нар үйлчлэгийн асуудлыг ярина. Миний гол үндсэн мэргэжил бол боловсролын мэргэжлийн юм биш. Би болохоор одоо ямар эмчийн анагаах ухааны мэргэжилтэй хүн байгаа. За би Австралид ажиллаж исэн. За ийм хүн байна.
When we are talking about assessment, you don't need to translate this. We will understand.
Okay.
When we are talking about assessment, many people said, "Wow, Assessment is a form of methodologies. And I don't care about methodology. I do what I want. Why methodology is important? Let me share with you a very little story. When I started my career as an assistant professor in the United States, one day I went to the School of Mathematics. I asked students, what is 64 divided by 16? Students said, oh, professor, that's very, very simple. That's primary school arithmetic. But we are university students. Why do you ask us simple question? And I said, no. Just answer my question. What is 64 divided by 16? All right? Okay, and boom. They all said, the answer is 4. Yes? Correct. But why? Why not 10? Why not 11? Why 4? That's why we need the methods. You need to know the process, the procedures. And one very lovely young lady raised her hand. She said, sir, I know. 6 cancels with 6, so the answer is 4. Do you agree? Do you agree? That is what I meant by having an incorrect method to get the correct answer. That is very, very risky, because this time you are lucky. You get the correct answer. But do you think you will be lucky all the time? You will be lucky next time? No. Probably not. So, I continue to ask. I said, if you keep using this method, which is incorrect, next time what might happen? This is what might happen next time. So, next time if I ask you what is the sign of x divided by sample size n, then n cancels with n, the answer is 6. Now, we know why assessment is so important. Why the method is so important? Because this is how we can derive to hopefully the correct answer. And that's why I think it is very important, regardless of which area you are in, education, economics, health, whatever, that assessment is a very important thing that every person should have a basic understanding, if not an expert. That's why I am very pleased today to come here and share my experiences in assessment with you. Okay, now I'll start something. Okay. In educational assessment, a common perception of many people is that it is trying to evaluate the outputs or outcomes of student learning. When we talk about students, it could be primary school, secondary school, universities, or sometimes even kindergartens or vocational training schools. That's many people think. Is that okay? Do you understand? Okay, good, well? Yes? Good. I should learn Mongolian. Next time, I promise you, I will speak in Mongolian next time. Now, the focus of this presentation, rather than on primary schools or secondary schools, Now, I am an associate vice president in a tertiary institution. That means I have a lot of administrations and management things to do, just like many of you, I imagine. So, I would like to concentrate my presentation on the wider use of assessment in educational settings, especially how to manage a tertiary institution using your knowledge and skills in assessment. Okay, all right, let's go.
We have the Mongolian translation on this board.
Oh, all right,
Next to
okay.
this one.
All right. So. Now, first of all, I would like to emphasize that even though when we were talking about assessment, that it can be applied to evaluate the outcomes, outputs of school children, that assessment itself is not the same as examination, right? They do have some sort of correlation, but they are not the same. One very important thing in an organization is, of course, the staff appraisal. When I say staff, I mean both academic staff and administrative staff. Appraisal means you need to assess how good they have been performing in the past, for example, past 12 months. Appraisal is very important. In Hong Kong, appraisal dictates, or the results of appraisal, shall I say, dictates, for example, contract renewal, salary adjustment, promotion, etc. And how do we appraise staff? All right, there must be a system. In fact, that system should be designed in a scientific manner. It should be neutral, unbiased, comprehensive, objective. Now I know those must be the same as mine because of the color. You know, this is blue, this is blue, this is black, and this is sort of violet. So I know they are correct. Okay. Should I just stop here, let you read through those? Yes? Good. All right. And very importantly, a poor assessment system could lead to significant drop in morale and productivity. So, assessment, I am not going to tell you exactly how in our institution we appraise staff, because that's very sort of private and confidential, but at least we use proper assessment methods when we are doing staff appraisal. Okay, good. Thank you. What about in terms of learning and teaching? Learning and teaching students, university students, undergraduate students, postgraduate students. We also need some sort of continued quality improvement on academic programs, and also we have many support units. The support units could include the Student Affairs Office, the International Office, the Registry, etc. And for every single service that we provide to students, we do some sort of evaluation, some sort of assessment. We do some sort of some quality improvement type of measurements, and they are essential part of quality assurance and enhancement system. And so, in addition to staff appraisal, assessment is also very, very important in making sure that what we are doing for students are good enough. Once again, I am not going to touch the details because there could be questionnaires, there could be focus group meetings, etc. And they are very technical, and I am not going to do anything technical today. We need assessment why? We need assessment methods to properly design and analyzing the data, right? Otherwise, it will be a waste of resources, and even in some cases, a poorly designed survey or questionnaire will lead to resistance to comply. So they are also very important. Should I go on?
Yeah.
Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy?
Yeah.
No, okay, all right. I thought you say everything yes. Am I good? Yes. You want to continue? Yes. Are you sleepy? Yes. Then. All right. I have some suggestions. In our institute, or should I say in our university to be, we have an assessment research center. I am one of the directors of the assessment research center, and the reason is because in a university there must be some members with appropriate background. They could be in the central administration office, they could be academic staff, they could be anyone with a background in quantitative methods, in statistics, or in something related to this area. There must be someone, must be. And it is very important to put these people together to form a team. In our university, we form a research center, but it can be just an office or just a team within an office, so that all the things related to assessment can be handled by these experts. Now, this is the very last slide, but I intentionally have something to say without any slides, because I think sometimes slides are useful to attract your attention, but for something which is even more attractive, sometimes just by purely saying could be very important. Okay. The Hong Kong government, I'm going to do an advertisement, if I may, please. The Hong Kong government is very generous in offering scholarships, money, to whoever would like to do a Doctor of Philosophy in Hong Kong. So if you do not yet have a PhD, and you would like to come to Hong Kong to do a PhD, not necessarily with me, could be with any of our staff, the Hong Kong government, through each university, offers very generous packages. What do I mean by generous? If your application is successful, then every month, you will get 2,000 American dollars for 3 years. 2,000 American dollars for 3 years, every month. Plus, Okay, that's not all. Plus, you will be given some money to attend international conferences. If you want to come back to Mongolia to attend a conference, at the same time see your parents and your friends, there will be financial support. Plus, okay, that's not all. Plus, if you would like to hire someone, for example, a student helper, to do some data collection, or if your first language is not English, and you would like to hire someone to do some professional editing for you, when you're writing your thesis, there are also financial supports for you to do your research and to support the activities that are directly related to your thesis. Plus, that's all. Plus, you know, in Hong Kong, real estate is more affordable. Hong Kong is a city that is most expensive in terms of buying or renting an apartment. That's most expensive in the world. But the Hong Kong government asked each university to provide on-campus student housing to all the PhD students. So you will be guaranteed at least a room. I don't know the details, but at least on-campus accommodation will be provided with only a small amount of money. So very, very cheap on-campus accommodation. Now, there are also many other benefits that it is not possible for me to mention everything today. So, if you are interested in knowing more about these scholarships, either for yourself or for your friends, your relatives, your students, I'm not competing with you for students, then please come to me or my colleagues during the break or after the presentations. We will be very pleased to let you know more about these scholarships. Just one thing in mind is that the medium of instruction in Hong Kong is English. So all the lectures will be in English. The thesis will have to be written in English, with the exception that if you are doing Chinese, I have my business card here, so I have to go back to my seat, but I have business cards here if you would like to know more information. Thank you very much.